Namaste everyone. Thanks for joining me in our Hatha Yoga flow today. Let's commence our practice with 3 Oms. So let's bring our hands to heart center. You can close down your eyes if you like. Inhale for Om. Om. Relaxing your hands down. You can keep your eyes closed if you wish. Find a comfortable seat, sit up tall, straight spine. And then I'd just like you to pause, take a deep breath, and try and take notice of where your body's touching the mat or the floor. Feel your bottom, your legs and your feet on the floor. Really feel contact with the earth beneath you. Now, take your hands and place them on your tummy and take 2 or 3 deep breaths. And just notice the tummy, stomach rising and falling with each breath in and out. Now as you keep breathing deeply right down into your belly, I invite you to breathe in and out for the count. Breathe in for the count of 5. See if you can hold your breath for the count of 5 and then breathe out slowly for the count of 5. Now everyone's count will be quicker, so we'll just do it in your own time. So count in your own head, breathe in for 5, hold for 5 and then out for 5. So we'll just have a minute or to just breathing nice and slowly right down into our belly. Just release the hands back down to your knees or your thighs. Keep your eyes shut and just bring your attention to how you're feeling now in your body. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit more calm, peaceful, focused. Really ready to begin our practice and be really present in our yoga practice today. You can open your eyes now if you like. I want you to listen to your body during our practice. Make sure you're finding poses where you're not going to injure your body, so listen to your body. And really try and stay present in your pose. Bring yourself back to your breath as we hold our longer poses. And we'll begin now on all 4. So if you can find yourself on your knees, feel the knees and the tops of your feet pressing into the mat. Push up out of the hands, create a firm foundation for starters. And then we're going to take our weight into our right arm and bring our left hand up beside our head with our elbow out. So shoulders are level. We're then going to inhale And then as we exhale, take our left elbow down towards our right elbow, twisting under. And then as we inhale, rising up with our breath, opening our left elbow up to the sky. Exhale, slowly take that elbow down towards that right elbow, twisting under. Inhale, feeling that energy as we inhale, opening up our chest, left side of our heart up to the sky. Exhale under. Inhale, open. So just in your own time, we'll do 2 more slowly. And then come back to central position. And we'll do the other side. So take your weight onto both hands, create that firm foundation before we lift our right hand up near our ear, elbow pointing out to the side. Inhale, prepare, exhale, twist under. Right elbow down to left elbow or mid forearm. And then as we inhale, we open. Exhale, down and under. So just in your own time, continue that. Working with our breath, using that inhalation to give us energy as we open up. Exhaling, rooting deeply down into the earth. And coming back onto all fours now. We're going to just do a couple of cat-cows with our hands centrally under our shoulders. So we inhale, drop our belly, bring our heart forward between our shoulders, look up for our cow pose. Exhale, starting that movement at the base of the spine, arching up, pushing up through the shoulder blades for our cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, tucking up and under, draw up through that navel. And then come back to a straight spine. What we're going to do now is move our hands outside of our mat to the left. So both hands over towards your left, and then the same movement, the cat-cow movement. So drop the belly, look forward, and then arching up for our cat. And just getting a little bit of a different sensation and stretch through the right side of that lower back. And coming back to a neutral spine. Take your hands a little bit further away, and then we're just going to rock back to our heels, bottom to heels, and then bring ourselves forward. But still on that lateral, still on that hands outside the mat in front of you, just coming forward and back. And then coming up, bringing our hands back to centre, and then over to our right. Again for our cat-cow, but with our body turning to our right. So just with your own breath, inhaling as we're lifting and bringing our chest up and forward. Exhaling as we're curving under, really rooting down in the palms of those hands, the tops of our feet and our knees. And then just swaying back and forward again, bottom to heels and coming forward. And then coming back to centre. Okay, dropping our left foot out to the side of the mat. Foot placed on the floor if you can. So right knee stays bent, top of my right foot on the floor, and I've moved my left foot out to the side of the mat in line with my hips. And then I'm just going to inhale my left arm up in the air, exhale, bend down, thread the needle, thread the right arm underneath my right arm, my left arm underneath my right armpit. Inhale, open up. So a similar twist of the body that we did before. Right arm bends as we come down, up and under. One more. Feeling that stretch on the inside of our left thigh, and then bring the left hand down, work the left leg back in onto our knee, and we'll do the other side. So right foot out to the side of the mat, inhale our right arm up, exhale, thread the needle. Inhale up, exhale, thread the needle. Inhale up, bring the hand down, the right hand down to the mat, and work the right knee back in beside the left knee. Tucking our toes under, pushing our butt up in the air, our upper thighs back behind us into downward dog. Our first downward dog. So you can do whatever you like in your first downward dog in stillness. Raise the heels up and down, sway from side to side, whatever feels good in your body. Then I want you to bend the knees slightly and walk the feet halfway in towards the hands. Knees might need to be bent, but straighten them as much as you can. Getting a very big stretch to the backs of your legs. Your knees may be quite bent. And then bending your knees, walking your feet right up in between your hands and hanging in our forward fold. Inhale, raise the chest halfway, so it's parallel with the floor. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Inhale, circle the arms up around the side, come up into our first standing position. Arms above our head, and then down through heart center. Good job. We'll go straight into our Surya Namaskara. We'll do 2 Surya Namaskara A and 2B. So Sun Salute A and B. So if you've never done it before, maybe watch the first one and you may be able to move in with the second. So standing tall, feeling all 4 corners of the feet, a long spine, shoulders down our back. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise the chest. Hands to floor, step or jump back. Plank or modified plank, lower down, Chaturanga. All the way to the floor for Cobra or upward facing dog if that's in your practice. Tuck the toes under, push back, up into downward dog.
Adho Mukha Savasana. Take a breath here. Walk or lightly hop the feet up between the hands. Inhale, raise the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, circle the arms up above your head and down through heart center. And again, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, fold. Raise the chest. Chaturanga Dandasana, step or jump back. Full plank or modified plank. All the way to the floor for Cobra Bhujangasana or halfway upward facing dog. Downward dog. 2 breaths here. Walk the feet up between the hands or bend the knees, look forward and lightly hop forward. Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms up above the head and down through heart center. Surya Namaskara B. Inhale, raise the hands up, sit back, Uttanasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, step or lightly jump back, Chaturanga, lower down. Upward facing dog or Cobra pose. Downward dog. Bring your right foot forward. By your right hand, drop the back heel. Arms up above your head, Warrior One pose. Hands to the floor. Step back, Chaturanga, lower down. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward dog. Step the left foot forward. Drop the right heel. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, hands to the floor. Flow down. Downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Walk the feet up between the hands. Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring the arms up, sit back, Uttanasana, chair pose. Take a breath here. As you exhale, fold forward. Raise the chest. Chaturanga. All the way to the floor for Cobra, or not all the way for upward facing dog. Downward dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior One, Vidrasana A. Hands to the floor. Go through your flow. Left foot steps forward, Warrior One. Hands to the floor. Flow down, Chaturanga. Up into downward dog. Have a rest here, 2 breaths. Walk our feet up between our hands and hanging forward fold. Inhale, raise the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, arms up, sit back, belly in. And then come back up to standing. Well done. Okay. Let's come to the front of our mat, about 1 foot distance back from the front of the mat. We're going to lift our left leg up and take it back into a like a Warrior One position, but maybe not such a big step. See if you can bring your back toes pointing a little bit more to the front of the mat than you would in Warrior One. So they're not pointing so much out to the side. The feet can be tracking fairly closely together, or if you're unbalanced, have them wider apart. Inhale, we're going to raise our hands above our head. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands to heart center and start to hinge at the hips and fold forward. Now our front leg is straight, although not locked out, so it has a micro bend in it. We're just folding forward now into pyramid pose. You can bring your hands down to the front leg without pushing that knee. Slide them down and fold to wherever you feel you're comfortable. If you have blocks, you may want to support yourself on blocks. But folding forward here. You may then turn the back toes may point even more to the front. Your back heel may work its way around a little bit more. So folding forward in pyramid, we should be nice and warm now, so some big deep breaths here as we really stretch these backs of both legs here in our pyramid. And then with each breath, inhale for energy and exhale to find some ease in this pose. Just to let ourselves soften and fold a little bit more. I'm going to bend my front right knee now and bring my body weight onto that front foot. Now you may have blocks again or hands on the floor. We're going to lift our back leg up in the air and begin to straighten our front leg as much as we can. So you might stay with your hands supported on the floor, or you might come up into Warrior 3 pose where we bring our hands pointing out in front of us. Take 2 breaths here. And then we're going to place our right hand either down to the floor or supported on a block. And our left hand goes behind our back for balancing half moon. I'm now going to flex my back foot, so bring my toes towards me and open that left hip up to the sky. Gaze can be at the floor or wherever the focal point is. And if you like, you can open the left arm up to the sky. Those that want to try taking the right hand off the floor, if your balance is going okay. Otherwise, support on your fingertips or on a block. Really trying to open that chest up. So engage the muscles in your both legs. The bottom legs are quite engaged, I imagine, but really drawing those thigh muscles. Lift the kneecaps towards the hips. And then bring that left arm down to the floor. Put both hands in front of your right foot and raise the left foot as far to the ceiling or the sky as you can for a standing half split. Take a few breaths here. Lift it as high as you can. And then bring that left foot down to meet your right and hang in forward fold for a little bit of R&R. A lot of work on those leg muscles. And we're going to inhale, circle our arms around to the side and come to a standing, arms above our head. Join our palms together, a little back bend here. And then bring our hands down through heart center and down by our side. Just give the legs a little shake out. And we'll have a go on our other side. So we're just going to start at the top of our mat again, stepping our right foot back this time, like we're in a shortened Warrior 1 position, toes generally pointing to the front of the mat. Straight front leg, straight back leg, without locking them out. We're going to inhale, raise our hands above our head, exhale, fold forward. You can bring your hands to your hips if that's easier for you or more comfortable. And just working our way down our front left leg. You can come onto blocks. Hands can come onto the shin, calf or floor for our pyramid on our left side. Soften down into the pose. Some nice deep breaths helps us really to bring ourselves into each pose. Bending our left knee, bringing our weight into our left foot now. Again, you can have your hands in front on the floor or on blocks. We're going to lift our right leg up behind us. Again, you can choose to stay in that position. You can even choose to leave that foot on the floor. Lift the chest parallel to the ground, and if you can, hands can come above your head for Warrior 3 pose. Dropping our left hand down onto a block or the floor, about 6 to 8 inches in front of our left leg. Right hand can come up behind our back or stay on the floor. Flex the right foot and open that hip, that right hip up to the sky. And fingers can point to the ceiling if that's your choice. Balancing half moon. Two more breaths here if we can. And then bring those hands down in front of the left foot and raise the right leg. Square the hips up, raise the right leg as high as you can for your standing half split. Nice deep breaths, or even use your Ujjayi breath, which is where you constrict the back of your throat slightly as you inhale and exhale out through your nose. A little bit of a noisier breath, sounds like the ocean. And then bring that right foot down, rest it near the left. In fact, you can sink the bottom back and rest your chest or your rib cage onto your knees and just hang. Check out how you're feeling. And then circling the arms above your head, come to standing slowly. Little back bend at the top if you wish. And then hands down through heart center. Well done. Challenging, balancing half moon and standing split. Okay, we will just come into so you can hang on if you think you need to, hang on to something. We're just going to do a thigh stretch. So grab your trouser leg or your foot or ankle and just bring that in close to your bottom. Try and keep the knees relatively close together for like a traditional thigh stretch. So hanging on, or hand can be at your knee, at your hip. Just trying to get your balance, remembering to focus on the spot. Tighten the belly muscles and focus on your breath. Helps keep you stable. We're going to bring that left knee forward near our chest. Clasp it up near our chest. Using both hands if you wish. I'm going to hold my left knee with my right hand now and take my left hand behind me as I twist around to my left. So opening my chest around to the left for a twist. gradually take it down to the floor. Give the legs a bit of a shake out. Okay, working our other side, grabbing, I have a little dodgy knee at the moment, so I don't know how I'll go with bringing this foot up behind. Won't be doing your thigh stretch as best as you can. And then bringing that knee forward. Grabbing it with both hands if you can. Keeping hold of the right knee with your left hand, opening your right arm out to the back and twisting the upper chest around. Glance back at that right hand if you can. I don't know about anyone else, but one side always seems to be a fair bit wobblier than the other side. A little friend come to join me here, Felicity Bouquet, welcome. And bring yourself back and gently place your feet back on the ground. Good job. Okay, time to get down to the mat. So you can either just take yourself straight down or go through a vinyasa flow. So inhaling, arms above, folding forward, chest lift, chaturanga. And then we'll all meet together on our knees, tops of our feet on the floor and chest upright. So we're going to do a version of camel. So I want you to come up, find stability, so press through the tops of your feet. Have your knees maybe a little bit wider than your hip bone width, so maybe even the width of your hips. Tuck the toes under. Now, inhale, raise your right arm in the air. Exhale, turn to your left and see if you can take your left hand down and touch the left heel. Right arm reaching up and over for a side stretch, so I'm stretching through my right ribs. Looking down at my left heel. If you can't reach it, that's okay. So make sure you're long through the spine as you do this twist. And then gradually bring up that body and twist it back to centre. Left hand up in the air. Right hand reaching and turning as we have a long body, long spine, turning towards your right heel, touching it if you can, and then side bending over in that direction. And then lifting yourself up, coming back to centre. Great stuff. Okay, coming down onto all fours, untuck those toes. Off he goes, off she goes. So on all fours, I'm going to bring I'll start my left knee towards my left elbow. Bring my left foot in front of my right knee. Now you may get, I have cramp. You may be able to get that left foot parallel to the front of your mat. So you may be able to, depending on your knee function and your hip function, you may be able to get it parallel with the mat. I can't. I've got it just in front of my right knee, and then I'm going to slide my right leg back as far as I can. Come up onto your fingertips so we're upright as much as we can. If you can't reach the floor, maybe get a couple of books or blocks. I haven't got them handy. I could come up onto my bolster. So I've got a little back bend happening here because I have my chest up. So slide that right leg back, so I'm getting a stretch through my right hip. I'm getting
some work through this left hip on the outside, right hip underneath and left hip on the outside, and a bit of a back bend as well. So I'm in a lizard pose here. So some big deep breaths, inhale, and as you exhale, try and sink and soften into this pose. Now we certainly don't want any pain in knees, so if you have knee injuries where this is causing any sort of pain, don't keep attempting it, come out of the pose, or don't attempt it in the first place. An alternative to this one is laying on your back with one knee bent and placing the other ankle on that knee. So that's your alternative pose. Now in this pose I won't show you, but lay on your back, one knee bent, other ankle on that knee. Couple more breaths here. Okay, gradually lift yourself up, bring that right knee in and come back onto all fours. So slide the left foot out. So however you can, as gradually as you can, so you're not injuring yourself. Just sit in all fours for a moment before we do the other side, the right side. So bringing the right knee forward near the right elbow and sliding that left foot in front of the left knee. Again, if you can get that left foot up next to your left hand, go for it. Slide the left leg back. You may be tighter in one hip than the other, so you may not be able to, both sides might be quite different. And again, bring your chest up, your heart forward, and take some big deep breaths. Gradually bringing yourself out of that pose, back onto all fours. And then when you're ready, I'll get you to come over onto your bottom. And we're going to do boat pose. So with boat pose, bring your knees and your ankles close together. Straighten up, sit with a long spine. Right? From here right up to the crown of your head. Imagine someone drawing a long string, lengthening out your spine. And then either bringing one leg up at a time, bring your feet up in front of you for your boat pose. I'm just going to stay here for a few breaths. So you need to tighten your belly to keep yourself stable, keep your back supported, so you're tightening those deep belly muscles, your transverse abdominis muscle, wrapping around your lower belly. So draw that in, lengthen through the spine, shoulders are down the back, heart's lifted. And we breathe. If you can release the hands, take them out on the outside of the knee. Have a go at that, but there's nothing wrong with some gentle hold behind the knee. 2 more breaths. And then releasing the legs down to the floor. Okay. We're going to bring our legs as wide as we can into a wide straddle. So legs as nice and wide. You might find it a little easier to straighten those legs if you prop yourself up on a towel, a rolled up towel or a small pillow or a block. From here we're going to bring our, have a long spine, sit up as tall as you can, bring your hands up to your ears. Now I'm going to turn slightly towards my left leg. So turn my chest towards my left leg, and then I'm going to side bend my right elbow towards my right knee. Now you might come all the way down so that elbow might actually reach the knee, but I'm getting a twist and an opening through the left hand side of my body as I side bend to my right, but I'm facing my left big toe. Really feel that left hand side of your rib cage. Really feel that. Feel it fill up with your breath. And empty and soften as you exhale. On our next inhale, bring our body up, and then we twist. Once we're up, we'll twist back to center. Okay, turning, sitting tall, turning towards your right big toe. Then we're going to side bend our left elbow towards our left knee. And then breathe. Okay, on your next inhalation, let's bring ourselves upright. Still facing our right toe, and then sit tall, twist back to center. Always important that if we're going to twist, we really elongate through that spine before we twist and before we come out of it. We don't want to be hunched and twisting. Good way to herniate discs and hurt our spine. Okay, bringing our feet back in front of us. Toes pointing to the sky, sitting forward, and this time we're going into Dandasana or staff pose. Well, we are in Dandasana, but we're going to hinge forward. So from our hip creases, we're going to keep a long spine and bring our chest towards our big toes. So we're not folding over, we're not collapsing forward like we do in Yin Yoga. We are coming forward with a straight spine. I always find this hurts my heels on the floor a little bit. Okay, so with each breath now, we'll inhale, and as we exhale, see if we can take our heart forward towards our feet a little bit more. So not dropping our eyes, keep our gaze in front of us. If we drop our head, we tend to collapse through our shoulders, and we're trying to keep a long spine. Okay, with your next inhalation, lengthen out at the crown of the head and then lift the crown of the head forward and up until we come up into a sitting position, shoulders back and down your back. Okay, staying with our legs straight in front of us, we're going to bring our right hand up to the sky and then forward to our right left knee. If you can reach your left toe with your peace fingers, do so. So we are hinging forward, we're not just collapsing forward. Then we're going to inhale our left arm back behind us and twist around to our left. So our spine again is straight before we start this twist. And then gradually bring yourself back to centre, lengthening through that spine and come up to sitting. Again, left hand to right knee. You can either start the twist there or hinge forward and take your right arm behind for our twist around to our right. Coming back to centre, back to the front, sit tall, and then glory days, we're going down onto our back. Okay, bringing our knees into the outside of our rib cage. So as close to our chest as we can, and everyone will vary how close they can get to their chest, but just take them a little bit wider so that they're just on the outside of your rib cage. You can grab behind the knees. We want to make sure our tailbone, or the lower part of our spine, is still down flat towards the floor. Might not be touching the floor, but we're not lifting and curling our spine. We're trying to keep our whole spine from the top of our head to the bottom of the spine down flat against the mat. Wriggle the shoulders down the back. Now, your choice, you can stay like this, or if you can either grab the shins or the outside of the feet and point the soles of the feet up towards the roof for happy baby. So knees to chest or happy baby. Still keeping our hip creases closed as much as we can, our knees as low down to our chest as we can. Shut down your eyes and just enjoy your happy baby. Okay, gradually releasing your feet down to the mat. Soles of your feet together, knees apart, and just relaxing in butterfly. So letting gravity take your knees towards the floor. Opening up through the tops of your hips here. You may wish to open up your shoulders a little bit by taking your arms up above your head in like a pitchfork.
gradually bringing your hands down by your sides and straightening your legs. Pointing the toes out to the corners of your mat for probably the most challenging yoga position of all, which is Shavasana. I say it's challenging because yoga is all about stilling the mind, quietening the chitter-chatter in your mind. So for some people, Shavasana is quite challenging. So resting down, grabbing a blanket if you need, resting down on your back, legs extended. Unless that's uncomfortable, you can prop a pillow under them if that feels better on your back. Arms can rest on your belly or just open fingers by your hips. So gently close down your eyes. And then as you lie there, just start to watch your breath. We use our breath to bring ourselves right into the present moment. So we're really trying to draw attention to inwards, into our heart space, trying to experience some calm, some peace, some ease. So really committing now to the practice of just watching your breath, noticing your breath, becoming breath aware. So you might settle upon the feeling of your breath as it moves in and out of your nose, from the tip of your nose up to the space between your eyebrows, sensing the breath as it fills and expands your lungs, and then feeling your body as it empties again. Or you might just sense in space the overall rise and fall of your body, how it fills the space around you. And with each breath in and out, just realizing that the breath is perfect for just right now, just as it is. And our role right now is just to watch that perfect breath. At times in Shavasana, you may notice that the mind has wandered from your breath awareness, wandered to other thoughts. So when this happens, just simply turn your mind around as quickly as you can and bring it back to the job of watching your breath. So this might happen several times during your Shavasana. So we'll rest here for about 5 minutes and I'll bring you back at the end of our practice.
fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe have a stretch if you wish. And when you're feeling that you can, rolling onto your side, staying curled up on your side for a few moments, a few breaths. And then when you're ready, making your way up onto your bottom to finish our practice. Bringing our hands to heart center, we'll complete with 1 Om and 3 Shantis for peace. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing your forehead down to your fingertips, bowing our heads, and completing by all saying Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Tomorrow, Yin Yoga at 4. Yin Yoga for the spine tomorrow if you'd like to join me. Thanks again.